Well, Ashley, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and get to know you a little bit more. And this is Shane. I'm Shane Thomas from Better Rate. And then introduce yourself.
Hi, well, thank you for having me, Shane.
You're welcome.
My name is Ashley Trefney. I am a realtor with Keller Williams in Chesterfield, so Keller Williams Platinum.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've been doing real estate for a little over a year and a half now.
Year and a half. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm going to ask you a few questions here. Question I always like to ask, like, what made you get started in real estate?
So I have kind of an unconventional story. I never wanted to do real estate, but I always knew I wanted to not work in a 9-to-5 corporate job because I like the freedom of, going on vacation or, just doing things the way I want to do them and getting things done. So my mom and my stepdad actually once put the idea in my head. They watch a lot of HGTV and they go to a lot of open houses. And they told me I would be a really good real estate agent. And I was like, I don't know. That's a lot of pressure and it's not as easy as they make it look on TV.
Yeah, they always make it
right.
much easier on TV.
And then you get this person's making, $100,000 in commission and it's not that easy. So I stayed in corporate America for a long time and then was just kind of sick of it. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to have a job where I help people. And I was driving one day down the highway and I saw Jeff Glover's billboard. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I will try real estate. I'll be my own boss. I'll make my own money. I'll get to, because when I work in corporate America, you'd work so hard and you'd get the raise at the end of the month or end of the year. And it'd be like $1,500.
Yeah.
And you're like, I worked so hard for like $30 more.
Like a small percentage.
Yeah, your paycheck's like $30 more a month.
Exactly. Yep.
So I brought up the idea to them, my stepdad, and they're like, we think you'd be great at it. We told you that years ago. And I just took my test. I talked to a lot of my friends who are in real estate to just get an idea of what their life was like. And I just thought it sounded like a great opportunity. And I thought if I don't try it, or if I try it and I don't like it, then I can always go back to what I was doing before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can always try it, right? And now you love it.
And now I love it. Yes, I do.
Awesome. So, what sets you apart from other realtors?
Yeah. So, of course, I don't know everything realtors do, and I don't know all their methods. But what I like to do, what I think sets me apart, is I'm really aware this is a people-first business rather than a sales business. So I really try to educate my clients along the way. I'm always available for questions. I really just try to be myself.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are turned off from real estate agents because they can seem a little business-like or a little pushy. And I really just try to be myself and have my personality show and, just show them that when they're working with me, this is what they're going to get. So that is a big thing I really push on. Again, I really try to educate my clients along the way just because real estate is a crazy process and it's very confusing and there's lots of money being handled. So I really try to, be in touch with them at least once they get an offer accepted or their house is on the market. I try to be in touch with them at least, once, twice, 3 times a week to see their questions, let them know where we're at. And yeah, those are the main things.
Awesome.
Being myself.
Exactly. I mean, that's the biggest transaction of their life too, right?
Yeah.
So you're making them feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Being yourself. So,
yeah.
kind of transitioning added to that. So how do you educate, your clients on, when they put an offer in?
Yeah. So before we do anything, I always do, if it's a buyer, I always do a buyer consultation.
Okay.
So we go over the real estate process, what they're going to have to be paying for during the process, their inspection, appraisal, any of those things. Go over working with me, just, what they're looking for in a house. So I always do that. I always meet with them for like a half an hour, free consultation. Okay. And it's even if you're on the fence of being a buyer, I still like to meet with people just to give them an idea, maybe prepare them for when they're ready. If they're a seller, I'll meet with them and do a listing presentation, which I know most agents do all of this stuff too, but this is stuff that I do too. And just go over, their house, take a look at their house, go over the comparables, go over working with me again, stuff that they should do right now versus what they shouldn't do, with the houses if there's not a lot of houses on the market, so do they really need to paint this wall? And then, just being very available to them once they are one of my clients. When we're looking for a house, I tell them I have a little checklist of all the things they can do to make their offer stand out. So go over those options with them to see what they want to do. And then again, I'll always pull comparables if they're like a buyer. So I will make sure that we're putting the right offer in a house, doing the right appraisal guarantee. And yeah, just still like constantly educating them, because I never realized what I thought was like common sense to people is not common sense to people. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
I'll say a term, and to me, it's like, oh, I've known that term for so long that they're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, because
So,
we're in the business, so we know like the terminology,
Yeah.
but you gotta like
exactly.
you know
Really have
explain
to,
a little more in
yes.
depth, more detailed.
Yeah, or even I'll talk to my mom about something, and she's like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, okay, people really don't just know this. And, before I was a real estate agent, I never even bought a house. So, like, I was in the same boat a couple years ago. So now I have to just really remember, like,
you got to remember that.
yeah, it's not common
in their
sense,
seat.
and it's not something you hear every day. No one knows appraisal guarantee or earnest money deposit every day. So
Exactly. So you're there to educate them and make them feel better, right?
yeah.
Throughout the process. No, that's awesome. So, in this market, crazy market we're in, how do you get buyers to actually get their offer accepted?
So a couple of different things. So I always send them up on a search, which most agents do anyways in the MLS, the multiple listing service. So when they see a house that's active or coming soon, once we go see the house and they like it, I always call the realtor, the listing agent, to see what's important to their clients. If they have any offers, some agents will disclose if they do. If they get permission from their clients, they'll disclose what kind of offers, what's included in the offers. That way I can bring that information back to my clients and give them just an extra option of stuff they can do if they want to make their offer stand out. And then if we're having a hard time getting offer accepted, just because that is the market we're in right now, I'll also send them off-market listings. So like houses that have been on the market the last couple of years and didn't sell for whatever reason. So any expired listings, for sale by owners, any agents in my office that have announced they're having a house come on the market soon, but maybe we can take a sneak peek, just to give them some more options. Because when you have an expired listing, not a lot of agents are looking at those houses, and so you have a better chance of less competition.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do anything crazy like waive your inspection or do a high appraisal guarantee so you can have more money for closing, or if you want to do any updates on your house. And really, you just kind of look at the comps and just offer your price that way. So that's a big thing I've been doing. And if clients like a certain neighborhood, they really want to be in a neighborhood in Royal Oak, I'll call around the neighborhood, or I'll go door knock on those houses to see if anyone's interested in selling their house. Some people haven't thought about it until you say, hey, I have a client that's pre-approved for $350,000. Would you be interested?
Exactly.
So,
especially with home values the way they are right now. I mean, a lot of people will start thinking, well, maybe I can sell, maybe upgrade or downgrade into another home.
Yeah. So just trying to think of different ways to have as many resources to my clients as I can. And the expired listings have been working pretty well.
So that's great. Yeah, because you just told me earlier that you just got somebody into a home that way too, right?
Yeah. I called the homeowner and I just said, hey, my clients are looking for a house in your neighborhood. I saw that your house was listed at one point last year. Would you be interested in doing a deal with my clients if they like the house? And he was like, yeah, come on by. We're going to put it back on the market. We took it off because the roads are being paved and nobody could get into our house. So we're going to put it back on the market anyway. But, if you just want to come by and check it out. And then we got a deal done.
Awesome.
So it was cool. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. So a fun fact about yourself that the audience can know a little bit more about you.
So I am a Zumba instructor. I've been teaching Zumba for 7 years. I got my license in 2015, my certification. So I do that 3 times a week, and then I'm also a dog sitter.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I love dogs. I don't have one of my own, so I have lots of friends and family, and I do it through Rover, who need dog sitters. So cool. So those are 2 things I do in addition to real estate.
Cool.
Just for fun.
Awesome.
Funsies.
That's a good fun fact.
Yeah.
So final thoughts here. Any comments? Anything you want the audience to know?
So if you're a buyer, just stay strong. You got this. If you're a seller, that's really great for you guys. But if you have to buy after you sell, don't be afraid. Don't let that stop you from selling, because you can have occupancy in your house after you close, so you can find a house. You can, again, have a realtor who looks at houses that are not on the market, so that way you feel comfortable about selling your house and knowing you have somewhere to go to. And If your realtor does not use a professional photographer for pictures, pick a different realtor.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, real estate should be fun. It's a stressful time in someone's life just because there's a lot of money being handled and a lot of emotions. But it should be a really fun, exciting time because you're buying a house. I try to let my clients, once their offer gets accepted, be like, now this is the fun part where we, the inspection, maybe not so much.
As long as it goes through good. Right?
Yeah, as long as it goes great. But this is just the time for you to be excited about moving into a new house. If it's for your family, you're giving them a new opportunity. If you're a first-time home buyer, it's a really exciting time. That was yesterday when I had a closing. My client was her first time buying a house. And I said to her, did you guys tell your friends at work today? Like, oh, what are you guys doing? And they're nothing. What are you doing? Oh, just buying a house. Like, it's a really big deal. And it should be, try to just live in the moment and every part of it because you'll never have that experience again if it's a first-time home buyer. And so just have fun with it. And if you need a realtor, if you don't have a realtor, let me know. I'm here.
All right, cool. Well, thanks, everyone. I appreciate you taking the time today. And if you ever have any questions on real estate, what's the best way to contact you, by the way?
Phone. You can link me up on Facebook too, or go on Zillow and find my information. But my phone number, I'll give it out. 586-215-1211. You can also call my office. I work at the Keller Williams Platinum in Chesterfield and ask for Ashley Trefney.
Awesome. Well, thanks. And if anybody needs pre-approvals, mortgage needs, my name's Shane Thomas. My info's down below. But appreciate you taking the time today,
thanks.
and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.